Hello, so I'm going to be looking at Tyler the Creator's beat Yonkers from his album Goblin. So here's the beat. So you can hear it's quite a sparse beat, there's not much going on really, it's just a kick and a snare. Really minimal sci-fi, quite a dark sound. So let's just take a look at the beat with the transients. We can just play it and we can just see it's quite pushed. You can see all these. This one is actually late, this kick, but a lot of the drum hits are pushing on the beat, so they're always earlier on the grid. But you can see it's just kicks and snares in there. I've already actually created these MIDI regions. From that, using the convert to sampler track, we've got a kick and a snare on different channels because I've really wanted to try and shape the sound. So let's have a listen to those. Let's have a look at the MIDI parts and see what's going on in terms of the variation. So we've got some velocity movements here, and you can see, again, you can see on the grid where these notes are pushing and pulling. Okay, so in terms of the sound of the drum as well, I've tried to recreate what's there, but just showing you that you can really shape the individual hits. So we've just got the kick. Let's listen to the kick. So you can see I've cut some EQ here using the analyzer, just looking at what frequencies I want to cut out. So if we bypass that, you can hear there's quite a bit of toppy fuzz there. And I wanted quite a dead kick, just like sort of wooden kick sound. And I've got this platinum verb, quite a simple reverb, just to give it that tail, that natural tail that I'm not getting from the kick itself. You can hear without the reverb, it's quite flat sounding, really dead. So it's quite low end reverb as well, but it's got a really short tail, just so it sounds natural. Okay, and the snare, again, like the kick, I've tweaked it in Ultra Beat using the envelope. So I've just made it a little bit snappier than it is, but again I've used the reverb here to shape the tail of that, to give it my own feel using the Space Designer. So I've sent it to the bus. Let's hear it without it. There's without the reverb, and again a bit of EQ here, just cutting out the bottom end. Just some unwanted low end there that we don't need. So let's just hear those and bring in the original. You hear the similarities now. So let's just listen to that original again. There's one thing that's actually still there for me to tweak in terms of the drum sound, so let's listen again. It's in this first bar. It's actually the pitch of that kick drum. Let's just listen to that. It's this third one here in this pattern. Actually drops down in pitch. So one way to go about alternating the pitch is to use the channel pitch within the hyperdraw here. So once you've got the notes in, you can actually use this and select pitch bend and draw it in. That's one way to do it. Another way is to actually write the automation within your Ultra Beat settings. So you simply select the track that you want to adjust, open up your Ultra Beat, and you'll see next to each sample we've got a voice number. Now this correlates to your automation. So if you then click on the channel automation, go to the Ultra Beat, and you'll see those correlating voices. So the kick is, as you can see, is voice number 1, 0, 1 here. And we want to adjust this parameter here, the oscillator 2, the pitch of it. So we simply select it in Ultra Beat, go to voice 1, oscillator 2, and pitch. Okay, we can close this now because we've got that. Let's just solo this kick. So you can draw the points in manually. What I like to do is actually use my marquee tool, and you can just grab it like this. Try and get the start of the note, so you have to be quite accurate. You don't want it to spill over to the previous note either, because you don't want to get that note muddled up with the pitch change. And then just loop it round. Okay, that's quite a drastic change in pitch. That's a little bit more subtle, so just be careful as well. This one's actually changed the end here, so that's got to be at B2. Okay, it's just reading that there, that's fine. Let's just listen to that in the beat. Bring the snare in. And let's bring this Yonkers beat in again. Okay, so now you've got the ability to apply that to all the parameters within your drum loop, and you can use the same method for your EXS instruments as well. Okay, so that's been the beat analysis of Tyler the Creator's Yonkers.